Where do you go when you need something? I'm sure you tend to go to these large corporate name brands such as Starbucks, Target, or McDonald's due to the fact that you see them in commercials or billboards due to large corporate advertising. But personally, I believe that we should limit the use of these companies and support the small companies in our area. I choose to speak about this topic because I have friends and families who are small business owners. The purpose of this speech is to persuade you to support and use a small business in your area over the large businesses. I believe we should use the small businesses over the large businesses because small businesses create more jobs, boost local economy, and simply the CEOs and owners of these large companies only care about maximizing their profits over anything else. The first thing we'll look at is boosting the economy. Business Daily News wrote an article based on research done by Penn State that states when a small business opens in an area, it will use the other small businesses around it for things such as accounting and maintenance, while big businesses tend to do these things internally or by outsourcing. When you keep the money within your economy, it spreads out. The government of the local economy brings in more tax money, which raises funds for things such as road work, public services, and schools. Next, we'll take a look at job creation. The Washington Post has an article by J.D. Harris saying this has great numbers and great facts. The small businesses is actually drives the economy and it drives job creation in the United States. With over half of the private workforce being created by small businesses create 60 to 80% of all new jobs, while businesses with 20% or 20 employees or less create 850,000 new jobs. And in the 1990s, large corporations greatly contributed to the jobs in America by creating 4.4 million jobs in the United States and only 2.7 million jobs overseas. But over the last decade and a half, these numbers have changed drastically, while adding 2.7 million jobs overseas and reducing the jobs domestically by nearly 3 million. Now we'll take a look at the fact that large companies really don't care and only care about their money. There was a speaker by the name of Luke Johnson who wrote an article after he spoke at a large corporate conference. He spoke about entrepreneurship, startups, and small businesses. When he spoke in front of the delegates from these large corporations, they either found his words irrelevant or even almost offensive. Large corporate delegates actually spend more time getting closer to branches of the government and paying for lobbyists to have bills passed their way to maximize their profits than they do anything else. We'll look at an article based on Business Pundit News where Walmart has been sued multiple times and is the #1 on the list for doing unethical practices. Walmart will actually target an area that has a great amount of small businesses to locate and place a store. Then they will use a tactic called predatory pricing and placement when they do this. What this is they will look for the small businesses, they will place the store right in the middle of them, and they will drive their prices so low that these businesses can't compete, and it will either drive them to go out of business or move from the area. We will also look at an article by 24/7 Wall Street, which has a list of 10 companies who make maximum profits while they pay their employees the least. Walmart, again, hits #1 on this list. Walmart pays their employees low to minimum wage while working them large hours while they make a maximum profit. Walmart's net income each year for profit is $17 billion, while their CEO makes a max profit each year of $20.7 million. We've all been to Walmart. We all know they need more employees. We wait in lines forever. This company and many companies like it can afford to hire more employees and pay them more while still maintaining a profit, but choose not to so they can make the most money possible. I wanted to give you some information to try to drive you to using smaller businesses in your area as opposed to large businesses in your area. I've given you information on how they can create jobs, how large businesses do not care. All they care about is putting fuel in their big private jets and boosting local economies.